Hey guys, it's Rich, and if you remember, I ended Stealth Attraction at the point where you leave the nightclub with the girl. So if you want to do all the stuff before, go back, rewatch Stealth Attraction, and you'll see how that's done. So now I'm going to carry on from the part where you've got the girl back to the house, and this is, again, it's a point where you can mess things up. I get tons of emails from guys that get to this point and then everything goes wrong. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it so that it works every time. Come in the door, take the coat, take your shoes off, all of that stuff. And then you've got two options. Option one is to go straight to the bedroom. This is the best thing to do. But why would you come in a house and take the girl straight to the bedroom? You're not going in into the living room, you're not going to sit down on the couch, you're going to go straight to the bedroom. Well, you need an excuse. You need to say that your friend's brother's sleeping over in this room, so you can't go in there. You say you just saw a big mouse in there earlier, so you can't go in there. Whatever you need some kind of excuse and some reason not to go in the lounge and to go into the bedroom. But if you do go into the front room, it's okay. You can sit there for 20 minutes or so, and then you do the tour of the house. And that's when you take her into the bedroom, and you could say, oh, this is my bedroom, oh, by the way, let me show you this. And it could be pictures on the computer, it could be a video on YouTube. You know, if you keep your laptop in there, there'll be plenty of reasons to show her things in the bedroom. So, two ways. In the living room first, spend some time, then do the tour of the house and stick in the bedroom, or go directly to the bedroom because of the excuse of, you know, you can't be in that room because if you play music in there, the neighbours always bang on the wall, or whatever it is. So that's step one, and now we're going to get to step two. So we come into the bedroom and we sit on the end of the bed. We don't lie down on the bed or anything like that. At this point, she might be quite uncomfortable. You know, she might not be totally relaxed. She's in a strange guy's house. She was wondering what's going to happen. So the next step is actually really important. What we want to do is we want to not crowd her and sit right next to her and jump on her right away. We actually want to give her some space, you know, so have some space between you, offer her some wine. In this case we've got empty glasses, but you can imagine that it's full of some fine wine. You sit there for a minute, you drink your wine, you could put on some music on the computer, have that going in the background, and you just chill for a minute and you give her that space. At this point, if you want to go to the bathroom and freshen up, that's cool. If she then does the same, it's actually quite a good sign because she wants to freshen up for you. But you want to give it about 10 minutes where you're not actually making any moves. You're giving her that chance to relax in your room, to get comfortable with you, get comfortable in the space. And then what you will do is you will take her glass. So you're there with your drink, you're drinking your drink, and you will just take her glass. You put it on the floor, and you're going to stop talking, and you're going to just look at her, and at that point you can kiss her. You kiss her for a bit in this position, and then what you will do is you would lie her down, and you're kissing her like this. At this point you're a lot closer than when you walked in the door. You want to make out with her in this position, and then you want to say that it's uncomfortable, and you move, so come in like that, it's more comfortable, and you scoot up the bed. So we're lying down, too far. So we're lying down, calm down a bit, on your back.
Oh.
So we're lying down on the bed, and you've knocked her out because she's banged her head on the bedstead. You're lying down, and in this position you can kiss her more, but there's still a lot of steps to go to move towards sex. In this position you can be kissing her, and you can be touching her body, you can be touching her legs and her bum. She should be fine with that. There's 2 points where she might react and move away, and that's the first one is when you try and touch her boobs. So I suggest that you do this. You're kissing her and you quickly brush the hand over the boobs like that. So it's starting on the shoulder and you just brush past like that. If when you brush past she kind of moves her hand as if she would stop you if it lingered, then you know you have to take a bit more time, so you can wait a bit longer and then go back and do it again. But if when you brush past she's cool with it, then you're probably going to be okay to go back and spend some time and touch her boobs over her top. What you can do next is, again, it shouldn't be too fast, so you shouldn't go from kind of stage 1 to 2 to 3 immediately. So spend some time there touching her and then go back to just kissing and you know, go between passionate and tender. You can split between the two instead of staying in one mode. So once you've got to the point where you can touch her through her top, you're probably going to be okay to touch her under. So you can put your hand underneath and touch her like that. Something that I like to do at this stage is actually to get on top of her. So if the camera person could move around, we'll see. So if I can be on top of her and we're kissing like this, something I like to do at this point is, the first thing, being in this position, it can turn her on, she's starting to get stimulated. But something I like to do at this point is to lift up her top a little bit, lift up mine, and have that belly to belly contact. The belly to belly contact is very sexy, it's something that normally only occurs during sex, so it's something that can turn her on. So now at this point she's still fully clothed, but I've been able to get my hand under her top. I'm touching her like this. The next thing that I would do is I'd go around and I'd just unhook her bra. If you're not good at this, you know, you can practice with your sisters or something like that, but it's something that you need to get good at, because it can kind of kill the sexual tension if you can't do it smoothly. So you'd be touching her back, kissing her like that, and you've got your hand underneath, touching her back, and you can unhook her bra. At this point, I would lift up her top, lift up her bra, and lick her boobs. So we've gotten quite far. We've gotten to the point where, you know, her bra's come off, she's gotten slightly undressed, but she's still either wearing jeans or a skirt. In this case we've got jeans on, and they're pretty tight. So I would actually want to do something where I'm going to be kissing her, she's going to be looking at me distracted, and I'm going to undo her top button. So I just did it there, and she wouldn't have noticed. It's a small touch. The next thing that I'll do is I'll lift up the zip on her jeans, and I'll be kissing her more. You know, I'm touching her in all different ways, but I've just done these two little moves. And the next thing I'll do is just slide it down slightly. So what that's done is it's made a lot of space. They're tight jeans, but now I've opened them. She probably hasn't noticed, but now there's a lot more space. The next thing I do is I try and face her, and she's obviously going to let me touch her bum, because at this point I've touched her boobs, we've gone further than that. But what I'm going to do is put my hand inside and touch her bum under the jeans. Again, it's not a big deal to do that. It's not like a major escalation. But from being able to do that, it's a very small thing to be able to move over and stimulate her from the back, but in her most private place. So you can make that transition very easily if you follow it, if you do it like that. You're going to have your hand down there, and you're going to turn her on quite a lot in this position, and then from there it's very easy to put her onto her back and do it from the front. If you've been able to do it from the back, then there's no reason why she wouldn't let you do it from the front. At that point you're stimulating her, and it's going to be very easy to say, you know, to just get in front of her and pull her jeans off. We won't do that now, but pull her jeans off and her knickers at the same time. At this point you might have too many of your clothes on. I'd suggest that the next thing to do that is pretty cool is to say, you know, let's get in the bed, it's more comfortable, or, you know, it's a bit cold, let's get in the bed. And you get under the sheets, and at this point you can kick off your jeans, you can get fully naked. And how far do we want to go with this? Something cool you can do at that point. A lot of girls are quite shy, so you're going to have to make most of do most of the escalation, but something you can do at the point where you're both in the bed and you're stripped down either to your boxer shorts or stripped down completely, is you can take her hand and you can put it on your thingy bob there and at this point she should start to, you know, play with it and start to get into it. But it's the kind of thing that most girls wouldn't do on their own. Some will, but most girls wouldn't do it. But if you put their hand there, they might carry on and, you know, play with it a little bit. So at this point you've got her jeans and knickers off, you've got her top lifted up and probably off by now, and you've gotten pretty much naked. Now still a lot of girls wouldn't think that it necessarily means sex is the next step. So the final thing to do, and this will be the final tip, is to be on top of her but quite low down, be kissing her around, you know, her boobs, her belly, all of this stuff, and then to come up quite close, so you're very close to having sex but not quite there, and then to say to her, shall we use a condom? And she can either say yes or no. If she says yes, you get the condom, you have sex. If she says no, you say, well, look, I think we should use one, and you get the condom and have sex. So it's quite a cool question, shall we use a condom? Again, at this stage, when you're already close to each other, you're naked, you're in the bed, your clothes are off, and all of that. So guys, hope you found that video useful. That was carrying on from Stealth Attraction. So now you've got all the way from entering the club to back at the house with the girl and having sex. Hope it was useful.